if you guys are able to see him. Yeah, you guys should be able to see him. I got you, buddy. I got you. I got you. So this is pretty random. To be honest with you, it's kind of all over the place, but I think that's the type of vibe that I kind of want. Tomorrow, well, at the time of me recording this, tomorrow is my birthday, and I honestly, I honestly don't know how to feel about it. It should be a relatively simple feeling, right? Like, you know, anticipation for the day to come, joy, or I guess gratitude that I get to live one more year. Well, I got to live one more year and see the world rotate in that said year. But for me, it's always been like it's always been like a fickle, I guess. Just for transparency's sake, I did use the dog to keep your attention for the video. At least, you know, at least I'm comfortable enough to admit it to you guys, right? Just letting you know this isn't my dog. This isn't like me and my partner's dog. Well, it's my partner's dog, her family dog that we've been taking care of for this past month. So he leaves next Thursday. So, but he's been attached to me throughout this entire time of him staying here. So, I guess first things first is how I feel about my birthday. I don't really I have a script, but it's pretty vague, it's pretty broad, and I specifically chose to do that because I didn't want to feel like I'm speaking from an actual script and it feels kind of robotic. I kind of just wanted to speak from the dome. You feel me? How I feel about my birthday, it's usually whatever for me, because usually around this time something comes up to where it takes my immediate attention and focus. So I never really had the time to spend on celebrating it. So, for example, during my undergrad, around that time, finals usually come around, so I got to focus on that. Or something with life that had to come up, so I have to take care of that. And, oop, you okay, buddy? Are you getting comfortable? But you can't be like this, man. What was I talking about? I forgot. He distracted me. The idea of my birthday is that this is usually around the time that something comes up, so I have to focus my attention elsewhere, so I don't really have the mental capacity to focus on my birthday. Plus, growing up, my folks, at least how I'm rationalizing it, my folks didn't really have the resources to celebrate my birthday. It was usually just, happy birthday, thank you. I may get a gift with clothes or something like that, which is still good. I'm grateful for that. But for majority of my family members, just like a regular day. That was kind of like the unsaid rule. So I unfortunately have that idea. So I uploaded a short on Instagram the other day, and it did exceptionally well. This short that I uploaded on Instagram did extremely well, as opposed to all the other shorts that I've uploaded on both YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok as a whole, which, by the way, follow me on those socials. This whole process of that Instagram success, which, by the way, I'll put it on the screen on the statistics that I got after that. In terms of the amount of views I got from that short, it was 3.6 million. And that's really good, because given that I'm so used to getting like around 200, I'd be lucky if I scratch even the thousand mark for a short on any platform. It was a really good accomplishment. It was a really good achievement, and I am excited. Well, I'm glad that I was able to achieve that. But one thing that I noticed was that, at least for me, I got a lot more anxious. Reason being was because I felt like I had to do certain actions in order to keep the ball rolling, which is partially true, but at the same token, don't do it to the sense of me losing my mental stability, so to speak. I felt really, really, really anxious about it, just because I felt like I had to keep the ball rolling. In regards to that, maybe it was just something that I'm not really fully experienced with, but the idea whenever I make shorts, I always rewatch the video and see if it's if it sparks a emotion for me specifically. And I feel as if it sparks emotion in me, then that means there's a good chance it will spark an emotion towards the viewer, you guys. So in this case, since this has been a huge success for me, I do plan on using this short to kind of study what I may or may not accidentally did that caused this huge success for me. Or for this short, I was gaining minimum 1 million views a day. Nah, I'm capping. 100,000 views a day. Yeah, was it 100,000? Yeah, 100,000 views a day. Yeah, that's what it was. I started trying to understand what made this short a success. Part of the thoughts that came to my head was it was mainly the game, not me. And that had a huge toll in... It's okay, buddy. It had a huge toll in my mental because I started feeling a little bit less worthy of myself and the type of content that I ideally would want to do for the foreseeable future, which leads me to the next topic, which was why I didn't upload for a whole week. And that was the main reason why. A lot of stuff was happening in my personal life regarding like family, new responsibilities. What's up, buddy? Constant adjusting of my limited amount of time to fulfill all of these hats that I'm trying to do. So in this case, maintaining my way of life, maintaining my partner's way of life. I'm also checking in on my family every now and then, while also maintaining my responsibilities at work and with YouTube as a whole. It kind of gets a lot, especially when those negative thoughts were kind of coming in. So, and they all happened in April, might I add you. So that kind of adds on to the idea for me of just treating it like a regular day, or not really taking the time to be grateful of me surviving a whole rotation around the earth. So another part of that mental obstacle that I was dealing with. Oh, my bad, buddy. The mental struggles that I was dealing with was regarding the how I feel about video games as a whole. So, long story short, the state of video games is shit. And I can talk about this for hours because the people that are closest to me know how passionate I am when it comes to this topic. So, based off of how games are being marketed now and the type of effort and quote-unquote love that some companies, or in this case AAA companies, put in the game, is very lackluster, and it's always about monetary gain, or getting as much monetary gain as possible in the shortest amount of time. And I will always make this argument: I'm not playing a game because it's pretty. I'm playing a game because I think it's fun. I'm playing a game because I think it's interesting. The graphics is a plus. And no one can change my opinion on that. I'm not here to see a movie. I'm here to see a game. And even in a movie, it needs to be interesting. So that has led me into playing a little bit of old school games. So, for example, hey, buddy, you keep interrupting me. What happened? Are you comfortable? I'm playing Final Fantasy 13 right now. I'm playing the trilogy. I finished 1, finished 2, and I'm currently going through 3. Which, side note, I don't know why people dislike 13. That game is really good in terms of story. Everybody's complaining about the story and shit, when in reality, I just think that people are just too simplistic when it comes to story-based games. I plan on playing Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy Type 0, and for right now, I also may dabble into Final Fantasy 14 as well. I have played that a little bit a good couple years ago, but just due to the amount of responsibilities I had at that time, I had to drop it. So I may just hop back on it after I complete my list. But I plan on playing the entirety of the Metal Gear series I was never really into Metal Gear when I was a kid, but I'm deciding to give it a chance mainly because of Revengeance. I think that's the game, the one that everybody talks about. And I also plan on playing Stranger of Paradise as well. And that's not really old. You want to get down, buddy? I got you, buddy. Oh, you don't want to get down? You don't want to get down? I have a list of older games that I do plan on playing. But I don't think I'm gonna cover them in the channel, just mainly because, and this is just my mentality of it. And let me know if you guys disagree with this so that I can get the okay. These games are old. Yeah, these games are old, man. And the only people that would be interested in it are people who love the series so much. And for me, I always saw that as like a bad thing because, again, they're here for the game. They're not here for you. In terms of viewership, it's always going to drop once you finish or stop playing that game, or you decide to play an entirely different game. My general idea, which could be wrong, is that these older games will only be watched by either people who already have a huge following. It'll only be viewed by those type of individuals who have a huge following, or individuals who really love the series so much that they'll basically watch whoever. Case for other communities, they do tend to do that. So once they start reliving the memories that they have with a particular game, afterwards it's kind of said and done. So I think I've been yapping too long about this, but yeah, that's how I feel with that. So, but yeah, video games are shit. It has also had an effect on the channel as well, because if I'm having feelings on how video games aren't living up to the expectations for the general audience, then how will that affect me and my direction with the channel? I'm still working on the kinks, and what was recommended to me by my better half is to essentially focus on short games, mainly like indie games on Steam and stuff like that. So, and I do plan on doing that once I get all these old recordings out the way. I'm currently editing a video right now. This one's gonna be a little bit more extensive. It's gonna be a power hour. That's gonna be like this new series that I'm doing. Well, not series, but type of video that I plan on doing. Essentially, just gonna be an hour-long video of a particular game that I think is pretty interesting. It's essentially to pay tribute to one of the YouTubers that used this type of format whenever he wanted to. So again, it's just a pay tribute. His was called Hour of Power, to explicitly call out the YouTuber Seamus, or SSOH. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that name, but anyway, switching it to Power Hour instead of Hour Power. You know what I'm saying? So slight difference, but at least I'm being clear on where the inspiration comes from, right? In terms of my upload schedule, for those that have been with the channel for this entire year, you would kind of notice that my upload schedule changed a lot. So before I would upload like 2 videos a day, either 2 or 3 videos a day. Most like, knowing me, I probably tried 3 videos a day and then went to 2 and then now went to 1. The reason why that is just because, to be honest with you, I just have a lot of responsibilities to do. I'm still trying to achieve the 2 videos a week. It's just, I have responsibilities that I need to take care of, and it just eats away my time and my availability. So, and I have to be cognizant of who's around me as well, because as quiet and as semi-well spoken as I am, I can get very loud, and it can kind of disrupt a lot of people at different times of the day. So I have to be cognizant of that. But I am making this video more so. Ooh, you got a hiccup, and you guys can't really see him, but he's just laying down on my arm right now. I would reach out, but too short. Oh, there you go. To kind of voice out the things that have been bothering me, and hopefully it can help those who are listening to this as well. And also to update you guys, because like I said earlier in the video, I haven't uploaded in a week. So, and for me, a week is way too long. YouTube can get very unforgiving when it comes to taking breaks, especially those that aren't notified? No, warranted? I don't know. You guys know what I'm trying to say. So I do expect the algorithm to kind of be like shit for a while. I usually try to combat it by making a short right after, just so I can bring some new viewers in. Yeah, that's pretty much that. And plus, I wanted to do it because I haven't done this in a while. Like, I think the last time I did it was October, I think. October, November, sometime last year. I don't remember, and it's April. So, speaking of April, the last thing I want to mention, essentially, in order for you to be monetized, you need to hit a certain watch time hour mark in order for your channel to be monetized, right? And I made progress, but I'm not even close, right? And I'm just being honest. The Black Myth Wukong video did wonders for me, as well as the most recent video I did with the Queen of Morthome. I believe that's how you pronounce that word towards the end. Those videos did wonders for my channel and getting closer to the watch time hour mark. But I think I started this YouTube channel around May. It's the end of April, so unfortunately I'm going to lose that number. But I came to another revelation about that, and to be honest with you, although the idea is for this channel to get monetized, so that I can focus on playing video games for a living, as well as meet aspiring content creators and honestly just play video games with them, honestly. That's the idea with this whole channel, just essentially being monetized and being able to connect with other like-minded individuals who also share the same or similar passions as me. Although that is the goal, I don't want to hyperfixate on that goal. So going forward, I'm not really gonna care anymore. Oop, you wanna get up? Yeah, I'm not gonna care about it anymore. Buddy, no, you know how I feel about that. Nope, stop. I need you to stop stealing the camera. I need you to stop stealing it. Okay, boop. Don't throw up on me. Okay, cool. Going forward, I'm not gonna care about the watch time hours, to be honest with you. If I hit it, awesome. If not, it's whatever. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm not gonna work towards it, but I'm not gonna care. Can you not, please? That doesn't necessarily mean I'm not going to improve my editing skills in order to get closer to that set goal and eventually be able to retain my audience as well as gather new ones. But at the same token, I'm not going to hyperfixate it to the point where it's affecting my way of living, as well as my partner and all my friends and family. So I'm gonna put you down. Yeah, the video's almost done, so you don't have to be here anymore. That's pretty much that for this video, to be honest with you. This was not scripted. I specifically chose that because I kind of want to speak from the heart. I did have a guide though. I did have a kind of like a rubric, just so I can make sure I'm staying on topic, even though I did not do a good job at it. But give it about a year or two, and I'll be not only better at articulating my thoughts better, but also that. So yeah, with that being said,